Hi friends, you're watching movie reviews with Raghuram. In this video, I'll be reviewing the web series Special Ops 1.5. Remember Special Ops? This is 1.5 version of Special Ops. It only consists of 4 episodes. Very good, very well picturized, thrilling episodes from the home of NeerajPandey. Available on Disney Plus Hotstar. If you haven't watched this web series, you just watch it before season 2 comes, because this is the story of how Himmat Singh became Himmat Singh. Himmat Singh, you remember our KayKayMenon playing the protagonist in Special Ops. This is the story of KayKayMenon, who is playing the role of Himmat Singh, how that Himmat Singh became this Himmat Singh. That is the story. Confused? Watch Special Ops 1.5 to know the story of Himmat Singh. Special Ops 1.5 has been named as the story of Himmat Singh, or the Himmat Story. As I already said, the Special Ops 1.5 is the story of Himmat Singh as narrated from the perspective of Abbas Sheikh. Abbas Sheikh, the role played by VinayPathak. Abbas Sheikh narrates the story of Himmat Singh, how Himmat Singh became Himmat Singh in the Himmat Story to the auditors or the investigators. Remember Chadda and Banerjee from Special Ops? They are the same people who are auditing, they are the same people who are investigating. They were the same people who are behind Himmat Singh and investigating him. They are the same people who are behind Himmat Singh and want to extract more information about Himmat Singh, even in Special Ops 1.5. And this time they have caught hold of Abbas Sheikh to extract more information about Himmat Singh. Parmit Sethi is playing the role of Chadda, and Kali Prasad Mukherjee is playing the role of Banerjee. They're notorious auditors, isn't it? Really notorious. And they don't know the value of Abbas Sheikh. Abbas Sheikh is a sincere lieutenant to our Himmat Singh. He is a man of trust to Himmat Singh, and he narrates the story of Himmat Singh. At the beginning itself, there is a wonderful scene, a very funny scene. You can see as Abbas Sheikh is reporting to Chadda and Banerjee, he gets a phone call from Himmat Singh. Then the investigators, the auditors tell him to switch off the phone. He tells, I can't switch off the phone. I can't put it on silent mode because Himmat sir has disabled this button so that I need to receive his call at any cost. That is a very funny scene. The funnier scene comes after this when Abbas Sheikh, that is VinayPathak, receives the phone call from Himmat Singh, that is KayKayMenon, who is playing Himmat Singh, who is working on a treadmill. He asks where you are. He tells, I am in a bank, sir. Then Himmat Singh tells, is it Chadda and Banerjee bank? Then without reacting anything, VinayPathak tells yes. And then KayKayMenon tells, just give them the information, only that much which you can give, and not more than that, and not what exactly they want. So this clearly shows us that Abbas Sheikh will definitely tell the story of Himmat Singh to the auditors, but there will be more of truth and some part of manipulation in the story. Or is it a big manipulation? We don't know. We need to find it in season 2. So then most of the story of Special Ops runs in the flashback as narrated by VinayPathak, that is Abbas Sheikh, to the auditors. To and fro the story will be going from the audit room to the flashback and flashback to the audit room. The story of Himmat Singh will be going to and fro. Abbas Sheikh is summoned to explain about the Himmat Singh story, or to extract the information, or to give the information of Himmat Singh, because he is a very close accomplice of Himmat Singh and has been knowing Himmat Singh for years, better than any other person in the police department or knows him. So we can also learn that there is a bonding of trust between Himmat Singh and Abbas Sheikh. Now let's go to the plot of the story, a little bit of flashback. I just want to give a synopsis of what story is there in the Himmat story in the flashback as narrated by Abbas Sheikh. Sankalp Chowdhury and Alan Fuller are two big masterminds behind big crime syndicates. What crime they are doing? They are honey trapping the top officials of India, top government officials, top army officials, top government officials, top navy officials. They are honey trapping these people using beautiful ladies and extracting the vital information, vital data and vital files. So these two people are masterminding and seeing that the top secrets of our country are leaked, compromised and sold out. And that was indeed a national threat, a grave emergency national threat. Sankalp and Alan were doing this task jointly. Later they divided and separated, and they are running their syndicate independently, and they are competitors now in honey trapping the top officials. This particular story happens after the story of Special Ops season 1, that is immediately after the parliament attack and the investigation which was conducted on Himmat Singh by the same auditors. So after the investigation, Himmat Singh was suspended and Himmat Singh is recalled back to investigate this curious cases of honey trapping top officials and also to prevent the national data from leaking to the world front. We know that Himmat Singh is a raw agent and a raw officer. Joining him in this expedition of catching hold of those criminals who are involved in honey trapping the top officials is Mr. Vijay Kumar, another raw agent played by AftabShivdasani. And to make matters worse, on the top of all this, one of the raw officials, one of the raw agents who worked with Himmat Singh in the past, Mr. Maninder Singh, has gone rogue and joined hands with the syndicates operating the honey trap over the top officials. Adil Khan has played the role of Maninder Singh, and watch out for him, superb role in Special Ops 1.5. Will Himmat Singh and Vijay Kumar become successful in ending this honey trap drama and the high crime syndicates? Forms the rest of the story of Special Ops 1.5. To know the rest of the story, you need to watch the web series on Disney Plus Hotstar. So what really works out for Special Ops 1.5? The franchise Special Ops itself is the plus point which works out for this. Those who watched Special Ops Season 1 wouldn't like to miss Special Ops 1.5. That is the biggest point, because you would definitely love to know the story of Himmat Singh before proceeding to watch Special Ops 2, which is in the offering very shortly. Direction of NeerajPandey, highly gripping, engrossing, engaging espionage thriller with very thrilling moments, fast-paced action sequences, well choreographed action sequences, beautiful shots in Ukraine, the story which runs in India, London, Ukraine and Sri Lanka, the new and unique concept which has been explored about honey trapping the major officials, the chases, the action, the cat and mouse drama, and a little bit of romance and a light humor which runs, which is stitched with the story, keeps you glued to the chair and screen. So NeerajPandey gives interval here and again when he brings back the story to the investigation room, that is the auditor's table, where a little bit of fun is exchanged between Parmit Sethi and Kali Prasad Mukherjee. VinayPathak and KayKayMenon themselves offer a little bit of humor to the story. The humor component is not great. It is not needed in an espionage action thriller, but the moments of humor is brought in to entertain us, to break the seriousness of the storytelling. Otherwise, most of the storytelling is straight, narrative, and also packed with action moments. Coming to the individual roles, KayKayMenon is the heart, soul, brain, everything of Special Ops 1.5, just as he is in Special Ops Season 1, just as he will be in Special Ops 2. So he is the centrifugal force around which the entire story of Special Ops 1.5 runs. You can see young Himmat Singh and also aged Himmat Singh in two different shades in this particular series, and every frame of KayKayMenon, his acting, his expressions, his versatile performance, his screen presence, everything you are going to enjoy. Of course, his involvement and his investment in high octane action sequences as a raw agent and as a romantic hero and a little bit of comedian. Full marks to KayKayMenon for his top performance, and as I said, he is the soul of Special Ops 1.5. Just watch Special Ops 1.5, if not for anybody, for KayKayMenon and the direction of NeerajPandey. VinayPathak, Parmit Sethi and Kali Prasad Mukherjee have also significant roles and very important roles in Special Ops 1.5, and they have really come good. AftabShivdasani has a very small role, but it is a very good role. And don't forget to watch out for, you'll definitely not forget to watch out for, because he is always in front of your eyes, the tall, handsome man, Adil Khan, playing the role of Maninder Singh. He is smart, he is graceful, he is intelligent, he is cruel. You'll like every shade of Maninder Singh. So coming to the negative points of Special Ops 1.5 is a not so convincing climax. So there is an open-end climax at the end, and something which happens just before the climax. I was not very much convinced with which part I am speaking about. I'm not going to give spoilers here. When you watch the web series, you will definitely try to know and try to explore which part of the web series I'm speaking about. Not very much convincing climax, pre-climax I should tell. Otherwise, the open ending is open enough because the story needs to continue into the season 2. That particular tag has been given towards the end of the last part of Special Ops. Yeah, one more positive point I forgot to tell was the length of the episodes. There are only 4 episodes, 4 small episodes we can tell, totally summing up into 2 hours 55 minutes or 3 hours runtime. It is as good as watching a NeerajPandey's extended NeerajPandey's movie, a lengthier movie of NeerajPandey. You will not get bored for a single moment. Gripping tale, very gripping action espionage thriller, I should tell, of very high standards. And yet another positive point is the fast paced narration. There is nothing called as slow movements in the story. The story runs with a very quick pace and it is very gripping. One more thing I would like to add is a small recap of season 1 should have been shown at the beginning of the first episode. So for those who have not watched season 1 or those who had forgotten watching season 1, at least I should admit I had forgotten most of the part of season 1 and it was very difficult for me to catch up with the story. So had they shown small clipping of maybe a 5 to 7 minutes clipping of what happened in season 1, that would have been ideal to understand what exactly is happening in season 1.5 or Special Ops 1.5. Coming to the scoreboard of Special Ops 1.5, on my scoreboard, Special Ops 1.5 stands at 8.5 out of 10 because I loved the web series thoroughly, bearing some small negative points, hitches here and there, and discontinuities here and there, and a little bit of confusions here and there. The serial or the web series Special Ops 1.5 is really engaging, really good, worth watching. Just before finishing off my video, I would just love to tell that if you love watching NeerajPandey kind of thrillers, espionage thrillers, engaging thrillers, and if you love high octane spy thrillers, this is tailor-made for you. Watch and don't miss Special Ops 1.5. Thanks for watching my video. If you loved my video, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you all in my next video with yet another movie review. Until then, do take care. Goodbye. Namaste.